Kalosas vrikame. And thank you for joining us on Cooking with Greek People. We've got another great episode for you today. And we're going to focus on a wonderful dish that George in Thessaloniki is going to teach us. It's called Manestra. But in the meantime, we thought we'd start a couple of minutes early because there were so many interesting things that go on. I thought one of the interesting things that really was happening was I posted this. Let's see if this is how you get it. Nope, that's not it, George. Sorry, George. Hi, how are you? You want to go?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Okay, I'm going to share the screen here. Let's see if I can share this. Well, I guess, how do you share this? There it is. I'm going to share this screen, which I thought was kind of funny, George, and I thought maybe we could talk about it for a minute. Let's see if I can, I'm not sure if I can bring you and share the screen at the same time. Where is it? There we go. Sorry about that, you guys, but here we are. Hey, George, how are you? You're in Thessaloniki, Greece, and thank you for joining
Thessaloniki
us. Thank you for joining us, George.
Yeah.
So one of the things I thought we'd take a quick minute and talk about is I put this meme up. Greece never gets the look in that France has. The Italians, honestly, I think Greek cuisine is better than Italian cuisine. That's a quote from Gordon Ramsay. And this is kind of like the meme was that this is the look you get when you see a quote like that. So, you know, I thought I'd capture that and put it out there. And it was kind of interesting because we got a lot of feedback on it between Italian food and Greek food. And sometimes there's similarities. Sometimes people associate Greek food with other parts of the world. What do you think, George?
Well, it's a very long-lasting conversation. And let's use the word conversation. It's not a war. But from the marketing perspective, it's a war that I think that Greece have to win one day. Because there is the Greek cuisine. The Greek cuisine is, there are many components that create the Greek cuisine. Italian cuisine, it's one cuisine on its own. And it's a great cuisine, like French cuisine. But when we're talking about Mediterranean taste, let's say, Greece is the place where is the crossroad of civilizations, nations, trades, tastes, and all that stuff. That's why Thessaloniki, at least in Greece, it's supposed to be the gastronomy capital of Greece. Because it's not 100 years ago when a lot of different kind of people and different nations, they were living together here before the Balkan War. So there was an exchange of tastes where we use that, you use that, let's try that, what the let's say what the Jews were using, what the Greeks were using, what the Orthodox were using, what the Muslims were using, what the Albanians were using, what the Bulgarians were using, and all that stuff in the same place, in the same city. So that created a background for taste. So when we are talking about the modern Greek cuisine, it's something that it's very new and it's on its own because there is the traditional taste. We're going to talk about a dish that it's very simple. It comes from humble ingredients. And the reason for that, it was that mostly, the most part of the 20th century, Greece was under a war or a civil war, or there was a financial crisis, or there was poverty.
Right.
So grandmothers and mothers, they had to invent things just to update and upgrade the taste with humble ingredients. So that's the way we have dishes like that. It's a very simple dish, very simple and not expensive, not very fancy, but it's very versatile.
Yeah, I want you to talk about the dish here in a second, but I wanted to talk about Greece being overlooked because one of the things I saw was that chefs are very hesitant to come to Greece. They don't think they're going to have a good experience. And some of these some of these chefs, when they get there, I think some of the chefs have had experiences in Greek diners here in the United States. Let's say this would be and Anthony Bourdain. He kind of grew up in a Greek diner, and that's where he cut his teeth as when he started working. And he kind of resented it, and he resented going to Greece. He didn't like it, but once he got here, he saw that the food was something completely different. And exactly, he said it broke all the rules of French gastronomy, especially when he went to Crete. But he brought up a good point, and that was that Greek food is really a product of war and poverty. And to your point, to all of the different people that have kind of come and gone through Greece. And I always thought that was a very interesting perspective that he had. But he came here not expecting to love the cuisine. And, you know, when he went to, by the way, when he went to Kefalonia, he said the wine there was as good as any wine anywhere in the world, and that he'd ever had. But when he had Staka in Crete, he said this was the biggest surprise, really, of his career, because it broke all those rules that he had learned. You know, so when you see Gordon Ramsay come out and says, "Wow, this is really." I like this better, and it could be to a large extent because it's so different than what they're used to.
Exactly, because I think that the main point is the word marketing. I think that French cuisine and Italian cuisine, they are great cuisines, but on the other hand, they have better marketing than Greek. That's a tremendous difference. And let's not forget that tons of Cretan oil has been exported to Italy, and it has been sold as Italian olive oil, because the marketing of Italian olive oil is better than Cretan olive oil, even if the quality is better. Even that. We know that it's happening. You remember we had a conversation with Stelios that he's identifying the genetic footprint of every different product. So the whole idea behind Greek cuisine is to realize that it's very versatile, and it has lots of options, and it's still evolving. It is still evolving.
Sure. There's
not that. That's the magic of life.
I want to keep that in the stream. Let's see if I can remove it from the stream. And then we'll add to stream as well. Okay. So why don't we start there with this? And okay, so we're going to start off with, so if you guys have comments about what we just talked about, please include your comments. A lot of people have already. But I want to talk about Manestra. So let's, what do we do first here, George?
So first of all is to preheat the olive oil, not to burn, but just to preheat it.
Okay.
Because as we said, we are using humble ingredients. The idea of getting pasta and upgrading the taste is first you fry it. So the first step is...
So the olive oil that I'm going to use is from Vanios from Heraklion, Crete. That's what I'm using. So I'm going to put this in the frying pan.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to let that heat up a little bit. Okay. And it's kind of at a medium heat, it looks like. And let's see. Hey, if you're watching, comment and we'll shout you out. You want to do some shout outs there for us, George?
Yeah, Aristotelis from Thessaloniki says hi. Aristoteli, kalispera.
Yeah, thank you for the link. We'll look at it later, but thank you so much. And for your comments. All right, so now we've got
There's a whole community about barbecue.
Yeah, I love that community, and we're going to go. I'm going to look it up and join it. Absolutely. So I know you've got a hard stop. So what do we got next, Yorgo?
So we need a cup of orzo. In Greek, we call it kritharaki.
Okay. This is a cup here, and
Yeah.
I'm going to.
So you will see we're gonna use ingredients that every house literally has right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is a staple in Greek in the Greek home. All right, so we've got a cup here and of orzo. This is orzo that I'm using, and I am going to put that away for a minute. Over here. All right, so now we're going to put.
The first thing is we add the orzo to the oil, and we start frying the orzo.
Okay. Now this is a little bit unusual, I think, isn't it?
It is, but this is what gives the taste. So
Okay.
you will need to stir it gently. You will see that the color first is gonna be lighter. It will turn some kind of white, and then it will start being golden brown. We don't want it to be brown because it's gonna be burnt, it will be bitter. The taste will be bitter. So we need to. That's the only part we need to keep an eye on.
Okay. Got it. All right. And what's the next step?
So the next step is we are going to add this the crumbled tomatoes. So if we have a can.
And so these are diced tomatoes here in the U.S. I'm sure they're the same in Canada and Melbourne, and it's 14 ounces.
So if you have fresh tomatoes, it's okay. But it's better for the taste because it's a little pre-boiled.
Yeah, they've been stewed. These are stewed tomatoes, if people are wondering. And hey, if you're watching, please comment. We'd love to hear from you guys. So what do we do here now?
So
with this?
we are waiting. We are waiting for the orzo to be fried. Just keep an eye on the frying pan.
Let's stir it up a little bit.
Maybe you need to turn the heat up a little more.
Gonna also simmer that water over there a little bit. Okay. So something's happening there. All right, good. And
So,
do I need to put salt and pepper in it yet?
yeah, not yet, because the pepper is gonna be burnt. So
Okay.
some of the ingredients, if we add them too fast, they're gonna give a bit bitter taste. So we add them after the water. The steps is first we fry the orzo, then we add the tomato, and we add the tomato because then the orzo is going to just get all the juices, all the taste from the tomato before we add the water.
I see.
So
Okay.
it gets more taste there.
Mm.
So this is a dish that you can use it as a base to anything. You can add fried chicken. You can add veal.
Oh.
You can add sausages. There are plenty of variations. You will see. There's gonna be a conversation over this plate again.
Okay, that's good.
I was checking to see if I can find a big variety of recipes on that, and there are more than 100 different recipes on this plate. Yeah, so
that's a lot.
It's easy to get fancy with that.
Yeah, let me shout out to a few people that are watching. Fotis, John, Sonia, Faye, thank you all for watching. And please comment. We'd love to hear your opinions. If you do this dish, if you're following along at home, make sure you post your version of it. And if you have any ideas you want to share with the community, please put them in the comments section. We'd love to hear from you.
All right.
George, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Have a look to the orzo.
Yeah, it's simmering. I can see it's doing something here.
Has it started changing color to a lighter, almost white color?
Yes, part of it has. I just need to mix it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it bubbling right now.
All right, so be ready when you see that some pieces of orzo start becoming golden brown, then it's the time for the tomato.
Okay. I think they're getting close. What do you guys think who are watching? If you're watching, let us know what you think of this dish. I'd love to hear your opinion. Hey, I meant to say that Aurora isn't here today. She went to Disneyland yesterday. We live real close to Disneyland here in Laguna and in California. And she went out with a couple of her friends and just too tired to be on the show this morning. But we'll have her, she'll be with us again in a couple of weeks. I don't think we're going to do the show next week because it's my birthday next week. And I think we're going to do something. But in fact, I've got to call Hadis and let him know that we got to push him a week. But I'm going to post his video. He did a great video from Italy. I want everybody to see. So I want to make sure we promote that a little bit. But let's get back to this. I can see it. Something's happening here. Let's see. Yeah, I think I can see the brown now, George.
Okay. It's time for the tomato.
Okay, here we go, guys. This
Careful.
Tomato we're using right there. Oh, that's why you said careful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good safety tip.
So now you stir it all together.
There we go. Going to lift that.
Good
Now we
morning,
also have some breadcrumbs we're going to use, right?
This is for not for now. It's a trick. This is a trick that you can add more taste to a dish.
I see. Okay. So that's looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tried to keep it away from the mobile camera a little bit, but Regina, thank you for jumping in. Hey, yeah, we're glad you catch this episode too. How Greek and Italian foods are very similar. Yes, they are, Regina, and thank you. Let's see who else is. Pamela, thank you for watching. And let's see, what are we doing here?
So you have the boiled water on the side?
I do.
Okay. So just to be on the safe side, because I don't know if 3.5 cups of water will fit in the frying pan.
Yeah, I'll just do a little bit at a time. Let's see here. Are we ready for the water?
I think you will see if there is no fluids left.
Yeah.
So I think that you're ready for the water.
right, guys, I'm gonna put the water in. Not too hot here. We'll find out in a moment, though.
We are using boiled water, so it will not reduce the temperature when we add water.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, if anybody else does this dish at home, please let us know. So I know I can see people watching on Facebook. I hope you guys put in your comments, and if this is the sort of thing you guys have at home, please include it for us and help us learn how to make this dish and maybe make it better. So it already smells wonderful, though.
So I think it's time to add the pepper and the salt.
Okay.
So for pepper is as much as you like.
Yeah. Add a little bit of salt as well. I'm using Kala salt. Try to support Greece if you can.
So you can add some more. You can add some more water because
Really?
it is going to take about 10 minutes.
Okay. A little bit more water. So we'll let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the whole idea of this cucina povera, as it's called, was created between the two world wars. That it was very difficult to find ingredients like meat or other kind of fancy food, even cheese. You had to own something like a cow or a sheep or a goat to have your own cheese. So the whole idea is to improvise and find ideas how you can make the taste better, especially if you have children. And if you don't get creative or fun or fancy, no one likes just a boiled oatmeal.
Yeah.
It's something very flat. You need to have an idea or being creative. So our grandmothers started being creative by adding some tips like that. The trick that we're going to use as the last part of the plate is that we are going to fry breadcrumbs.
Oh.
You see that at that ages, even the breadcrumbs had their own value.
Mm.
You were cutting the bread and there were breadcrumbs. What are you doing with the breadcrumbs? You don't throw them away.
Right.
They're valuable for that ages. So they were collecting the breadcrumbs and they were creating a tasty additive for plates like that, for dishes like that. So what we are going to do, but not now, 5 minutes later when the orzo is almost finished, we are going to fry breadcrumbs until they are crispy.
Okay.
And then you just pour the oil and the breadcrumbs over the orzo, and it gives a different smoky taste.
Right. Okay, good. So let's give that a try. So I'm letting this boil, but should I get another pan out to fry breadcrumbs, or?
Yeah, you will need a second pan for that.
You know what? Let me fry them in here. In this, I don't think I have a small one.
Or another way is just to pour the orzo in the casserole with the boiling water.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. That way we'll get the flavor of that as well. Let me get rid of some of this water though that's here.
You see, as I told you, there are variations. Fotis here, Fotis says that we could also cook it with veal.
Oh, Fortis, I like the way you think, Fortis.
Yeah. You can get very fancy with that plate.
Yes. I'm just moving it over the casserole. So we have.
You need to remove all the orzo from there.
Yep. Give me a minute. Move it all over. Also, this way, when we're frying, we get some of the flavor that's here too.
Mm-hmm.
So do I add a little oil to this?
Yes, of course.
Some olive oil from Greek.
I think that you are okay with that.
Yeah, I'm done with it too. So, all right. All right. So this is crackling. Should I put do I put this in there now?
Yeah.
Crumps?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
And if you want to cheat, you can add some Parmesan or butter there.
Oh, there you go.
But this is supposed to be cheating.
Oh. Hey, I like that veal idea that Fortis had. That sounds great.
Yeah. Especially in the oven. That's the suggestion from Fotis.
All right, it's kind of crackling. Water's getting reduced. Now, how do you know when it's done, George? How do you know when it's when we're done with
it? Will consume all the water.
Okay. So then you're just left with the Manestra, with the Orzo.
Yeah.
Okay. Because right now
it's going to be like a thick risotto.
Right. Oh, that's a good example, like a thick risotto. Yeah.
Okay, we're getting fancier. Regina says, looks like it would taste really good with some shellfish, shrimps, clams, mussels, whatever you like. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Regina, thank you. Yeah, it's a good base dish, Now, when do we put in the base, the basilico, the basil?
Because it's fresh, you will add it at the end as a decoration.
As a garnish, okay.
Yeah. Because basil is very sensitive. You need to treat the basil gently.
Right.
If you add it now, you're gonna lose most of the flavor, and you will need more out of that.
I see. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in here and try to taste.
So one thing you need to just check not to be burned. The breadcrumbs not to be burned.
Right, right. No, they're toasted, but they're not burned.
Mhm. You need them toasted. You need them to be fried, but not burned.
Okay. Let's see how we're doing here.
I can't see, but I think that you're almost done there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Probably another 2 or 3 minutes, because it's still kind of soupy.
Mm-hmm.
See.
Taste a little with a small spoon.
Yes, with a small spoon. Let's see. This is a very small spoon. I didn't mean to get this, but we'll see. Oh, it's got wonderful flavor. Oh yeah.
So
That's
now
good.
it's the time to see. Now it's the time to see if you're going to correct the taste with more salt, more pepper.
Maybe a little bit more salt. That's good. I just don't want it to stick to the bottom here.
Mm-hmm. So you will see that even if you switch off the fire, it will continue to absorb water,
Mm-hmm.
but not so fast. So you don't wait until it's completely done.
Okay. Okay. Do the breadcrumbs get mixed inside, George, or do they?
Yes. Yes.
So maybe I should move all of this over to the pan.
If it fits.
Yeah, it'll fit.
Then you're done.
Yeah, it's still.
I can't see the orzo. Is it okay? I don't know if it's still.
Yeah, it's a little thick still, so I'm going to move it over here. Maybe let it evaporate a little bit more. Ooh, that's hot. Okay, I'm going to use this. Yeah, it's evaporating faster this way too.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think you're ready. So next step is to turn off the fire and mince 4 or 5 leaves of basil.
Okay. I don't know why I'm doing it like this, but it seemed like the right thing to do because the scissors were there and the knife wasn't.
It's the right thing. To be honest, I do that most of the time.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Uh,
Especially I do that on parsley. You want to add just a dash of chopped parsley over a salad. What do?
yeah.
I use the scissors.
Yep.
and then you throw it back to the fridge. So it's
Right. So are we? So I take these now, and I just mix them in, or?
no. You will add them at the top of the dish as a
Oh, I
garnish.
see. Well, maybe I'll make it more decorative then. Okay. So I'm going to put them in here. So we can also take a nice picture of it.
So for those that want to get fancy, shrimps, mussels, chicken, sausage, veal, meatballs, cheese, of course, cheese over that.
Ooh, feta cheese on top would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So whatever you like, it's going to be good with Manestra.
Manestra. Love that. Love it. Okay, let's just see if I can clean that up a little bit. All right. Now we're going to bring it over here. And maybe we'll do George's, do this instead.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put this in later. Put it in there. What do you think?
I think it's great.
Here we go.
Simple and great.
Yes. All right, we're going to come over here. Let you guys see it.
Yeah, that's how it should look.
And that's how it does. So that's fantastic, George. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for your comments, too. I'm going to leave from here and put this down. Oh, well, there goes my iPad.
Oh.
Well, you know what? iPads are hardy, apparently. Okay, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And let me get a picture of this, and then we'll do the taste test. And I'll do a little video here. There's George. All right. Well, let's give it a try. All right. Looks delicious. Thank you, Regina. Okay, let's give that a try. Yep. That's delicious. Wow. George, thank you for a great recipe, man. Thank you so much. That's wonderful.
Thank you too.
Yeah. I know you've got a hard stop, so we're going to let you go. But thank you again. And thank you, everybody, for watching the show. Aurora will be here with us next time. In the meantime, kind of get back to all this.
Yeah.
And George, again, thank you very much. And thank you, everybody, for watching
Thank you.
Cooking with Greek People.
Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, George. And we were with George in Thessaloniki. I'm here in California. My name is Bob Stavro, and thank you so much for watching us and watching the show and supporting us. We really appreciate it. And like I said, Aurora will be with us next time. But γεια σας, ευχαριστούμε πολύ και να έχετε καλό βράδυ στην Ελλάδα. All right, bye everyone.